It's time for another OVAwful, which means you get to see me review an OVA you'll likely never watch, but you pay me to watch so you don't have to watch it yourself. If you want to participate in OVAwful, you can simply donate to my Patreon $1 or to the $5 tier, which grants you access to voting for one of 3 OVAs every month. You also get an access to OVAwful a whole month early, and of course, you will be shouted out at the end of the video. So with that being said, what OVA were there for the month of July? Well, first off, we have the humanoid Untitled Chapter. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put an accent to that, but it's an OVA. It's basically about a robot girl being girl robot or something. Nora, an OVA about something. Still not quite sure. And Cosmo Police Justy, the winner for OVAwful July 2018, which is about espers who are good at stuff. So, what the hell is this OVA about? You may ask. Cosmo Police Justy is about Justy Kaizard, a police officer, an esper who can use his mind to do a bunch of cool shit. And after taking down the mastermind, esper criminal Magnum Vega, not to be confused by Los Boricuas Savio Vega, besides him having a great wrestling ring name, Magnum Vega was super dangerous, so Justy had to kill him. Just so happens his daughter was right there too, for some reason. Also, how are they breathing? Anyway, so his daughter Astalis witnesses this killing of his father, which was rather violent and traumatizing, by the way. Anyway, she basically turns into an adult. No, seriously, she transforms. It's weird. I'll get into that later. Since then, he's been living with Justy and his sister, and oh boy, is she the cutest. So, let's talk about the background to this OVA. Cosmo Police Justy is from the Studio Pirate. And believe it or not, this OVA kind of follows their philosophy with making anime. Jam-pack as much chapters as they can from a manga into a single episode. So honestly, nothing has really changed for them since 1985. Zing! Well, anyways, they adapted pretty much the main story threads of this manga that it's based off of, called Justy, into an OVA. It came out in 1985 on the greatest format known to man, VHS tape. That's right, now you control the TV schedule with high fidelity eyes for a low, low price of $995.95. Play me out, Stan Bush!
Sometimes when your hopes have all been shattered.
Cosmo Police Justy starts out with a rather cool introduction sequence. Besides the obtruse text that goes on a bit too long, our main character, Justy, is fighting some random villain and I guess kills or something. Then we learn from this handy freeze frame that he's a hunter for the Galaxy Patrol System Cosmo Police. And if this sequence wasn't cheesy enough for you, there is way more cheese to be had. This OVA is easily some of the cheesiest cheese in OVA cheesy history. Of course, we see our bad guys, who are also espers. He thinks that Justy poses a threat to their existence. So to convince the others and the audience at home he means business, he does something so depraved, ludicrous, crazy. That's it? I mean, he just breaks a glass right in his own face. I mean, that's like, to prove a point, you mean business, you humiliate yourself. And also, if breaking a fancy glass cup is considered evil and threatening, then what does the last 7 years of me being on YouTube mean? After Justy comes home from his day of scrubbing crime from the proverbial streets, his sister then greets him back. Oh, I think I'm in love. Alright, I'm sorry, but Astalis is the closest thing to Moe in the 1980s. Just look at this girl. She's ice cream and apple pie, sugar and everything nice, flowers and butterflies. She's adorable, and honestly, I think she's my waifu. That's right, people. I'm a changed man, and oh hey, a flashback. Okay, Astalis isn't Justy's real sister. He just killed her father, Magnum Vega, who is an extremely dangerous esper, right in front of her eyes, in a very disturbing and horrifying manner. Isn't that lovely? We then learn that Justy took Astalis in after that and has since been a sister to him and his real sister, Jelna. But also, she got so angry, in fact, that she turned into a grown woman? I mean, the important question here is, does that mean she's still underage? If so, she can't be my waifu. I guess also the fact that we're supposed to assume that her Esper powers awakened and made her body grow, which does explain why she acts like a 6-year-old. Also, the bad guy took over a spaceship to demand Justy hand over Astalis, which is only a ploy to use, Astalis against him. That's pretty obvious. But I mean, this is the second scene in a row where I watch some boring villains say boring villain things. Well, in this case, not really that much, but do boring villain things. I just don't care. I want more of Justy and Astalis. They're the best characters. Justy is now taking Astalis for a walk, and he gets a call from the police people telling him he has to go. As this is happening, Astalis makes easily the most impossible thing happen when she jumps on some metal thing and keeps balance in a very physically impossible way. Yet, she can't keep her balance when she's jogging at a brisk pace. Either way, she's still a total dumpling. But apparently, the thing the vampire espers want is Astalis, so they have to take her there. Then, Justy has a flashback where Astalis goes full Dark Souls and pierces Justy's heart with a lightning spear. I guess you could say he was kinda shocked. Yeah? What the hell is that noise? Wait, what the hell is going on? I know you guys can't see this, but there is some crazy shit going on right now. It's like Terminator when they come back in time. There's electricity everywhere. It's actually amazing how none of these electronics are being destroyed. You'd think they would. Also, for some reason, I'm not being hurt by any of this. Oh god, someone appeared. Let me go talk to them. Hello, stranger. Who are you? Hello, I am you, Ben, from the future. Am I being time slipped? Oh god, did we slip into a time slip? Well, no, don't worry, it's nothing that convoluted, although I must say, I am a living paradox right now. There are a lot of questions one should ask when it comes to time travel, sorry, but okay. Don't ask any of those questions as I am well aware I shouldn't be here. Well, so why are you here then? It's simple. I'm here to stop you from making that terrible joke. Oh, okay. It wasn't that bad. No, it was so bad. It was so bad, in fact, it caused World War III. You have to be stopped. Do you keep some gun around here? Wait, why am I asking that? There should be one behind me. Like right behind you, dude. Voila. Okay. What are you gonna do with that gun anyways? It's cocked and loaded now. Wait, what? Well, I'm sorry to the audiences at home, but this had to be done. Are you going to shoot me? What? No, I'm going to shoot you in the foot instead. Ah! Owie! You shot me in the foot. What the hell, man? You deserve it. That hurts. No, you deserve it. And also, ow! Shut up. I'm sending you forward in time, and I'm staying here in the present. And I'm going to shoot you again. Owie! God! Well, no. You shot me, like, right in the same wound. Well, you were such a good shot. I live in an apocalypse. Of course I know. This is going to take a lot of Neosporin to clear this one up. It's going to take more than Neosporin. Well, God damn. You know what? You deserve it. And also, I'm sending you forward in time, and I'm staying here instead. That's what makes sense, I believe. Well, man, I guess that makes sense. I was being a total dick after all, and I started World War III. Well, goodbye, everyone. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and some other stuff. You'll figure it out. I'll have to figure out this gun wound, so I'll see you later. I'm going to go forward in time. Bye. Alright. Okay, it's been a while since I've been here. I mean, yeah, it's been a while, but I think I can finish this one up with these. Plus, I am the chosen one of the apocalypse, the savior, that will bring the savioring of the world, totally not something evil. So anyways, besides that, Astalis and Justy arrive, and Astalis is sent out to show the vampire espers that she is there, and he held up their end of the bargain. Then some crazy esper shit happens, and they play with her mind, showing a projection in space, or moving space particles, either way, it's pretty cool, of Justy killing Magnum Vega, her father. So Astalis unleashes her inner rage, and Phoenix, I guess, and Justy goes to her, but she blows up the spaceship and fights Justy. And may I just say, this fight, while short, was freaking awesome! It made me want to watch some DBZ movies or some awesome fights, which, now that I think about it, this OVA does in fact use a lot of Dragon Ball Z sound effects. Either way, I thought it was pretty neat to know that these sound effects were floating around since the 80s and used by the same people who technically made Macross. In a way, I guess you could also compare Justy to Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And not only that, he's pretty damn strong too. How do I know? Well, he can use instant transmission, destroy the Vampire Esper's base with ease, fry the bad guy's brain, all the while delivering the most underwhelming, and at the same time, heartwarming one-liner.
アスタリスは僕の大切な妹なんだ
In terms of badass one-liners, well, it's not that good. But in terms of family-friendly, heartwarming, fluffy as fuck one-liners, it does the job. After destroying the bad guy's base with literally no trouble, he goes back to Astalis and they head home. Then we end with Jelna and Astalis wishing their brother safe travel. And then we get a badass ending song to absolutely blow our 1985 minds, which were already hurting a little because of the fuzzy screen. Now we have a headache and need some baby aspirin. Mom! But it doesn't matter. This was easily the best OVA I have watched for OVAwful. Almost everything about it I absolutely loved to the core. To start off, the character designs were phenomenal. Of course, this was done by the people behind Macross, so it shares a very familiar look. Justy's design was exceptional and really went for that 80s spiky hair vibe cheese everyone loves about these kinds of anime. But we can't forget the Dumpling, Astalis, which I believe is one of the first instances of moe in anime. From her adorable faces to her voice actress delivering the cutest wow in anime history. Character designs were simply awesome. And we also can't forget about animation, which for 1985 is easily some of the best animation from the era. From Justy picking up and spinning Astalis to the fight against Astalis and Justy. This animation for an OVA from 1985, it was absolutely astounding and jaw-dropping. But the crown jewel of this OVA, the reason I love it so much is and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, the absolutely perfect score this anime had. If you don't believe me, the score is on YouTube, and you need to go listen to it, but of course only after watching this video. From the epic, bombastic score when Astalis and Justy fight, to the more happy and calm score. This anime has perfect music that even by today's standards is more unique than some of the stuff we get in our seasonal anime. And if you decide to watch this, you gotta watch the end credits song. It's outstanding. I could gush about this OVA all day. I absolutely loved it. I adored it. And I do hope it gets a Blu-ray release one of these days. And maybe, at some point, a new anime. But there is one thing that is just awful about this anime. The story makes no sense. It feels like a whole manga cramped into a 45-minute film, and that's just not fun. While I did actually enjoy all of what we saw of Astalis and Justy, including the awesome fight, I hated everything other than that. And, well, that kind of falls into the Vampire Espers and what they were doing. They just weren't a threat, and were just some generic villain to propel the relationship between Astalis and Justy. Honestly, if they removed those villains and just develop Astalis as a normal girl who forgot about Justy and then remembered and then fought him to get revenge of what she perceived a wrongdoing, then I think this anime would have been instead a 6 out of 10, a 7, or an 8 out of 10, and it probably would have been critically acclaimed for a long time. But that being said, this is easily the best OVA I've ever watched for this series, and it's on YouTube right now, so go watch this awesome piece of anime history along with its score. You are missing out if you love this kind of stuff. Of course, I want to thank everybody donating to me on Patreon. It really means a lot. I want to thank you, Garfiel, Stephen Moran, The Rizzers, Obby from Visual Evaluations, Rising Sun Reviews, and Malice and Wonderland. I want to thank you all for supporting me and technically paying for this series and to help produce it. Also want to thank anybody who's just watching it on YouTube as they come out a month late. You can always go to my Patreon, donate to the $1 or $5 tier. You get access to a Patreon exclusive Discord role, and you also get access to, well, OVAwful a whole month early. So if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell, and of course know that I appreciate all your support, patrons, and I appreciate all of the support that regular YouTube viewers who are watching for free give me. So thank you all, I love you all, I'll see you guys later, bye-bye!
Sometimes when your hopes have all been shattered, there's nowhere to turn. You wonder how you keep going. Think of all